Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages: tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Okay, very good evening to all of you, wherever you might be in Guyana, on the Essequibo Coast, on the East Bank, on the East Coast, at Linden. We don't know if it's going to be online, but welcome to our program once again. And I just want to, before I get too far into our program today, I just want to wish Oliver a very, very blessed birthday today. You know, he's my assistant at the clinic, and he's celebrating his birth anniversary today, and he just turned 21. No laugh. I know you're gonna laugh. No, but he just spent one more year today, and we just want to wish him well and longevity, health, wealth, happiness. Um, I I can say this openly. You know, I want to see Oliver with a wife and children, and you know, pushing a plant with a baby here and there. You know, I think it's time Oliver get going and get a family started, right? So I think my operator would agree, and so would his mom. So Oliver, happy birthday and happy searching for this future wife who will bore you this beautiful baby and a couple more. So next year this time we want to say happy birthday to you and family, okay? Anyway, may God continue to bless you and keep you and strengthen you and prosper you in all ways. And those of you who has birthday today also, I wish you all well, and I hope that you live to see many more birthdays. You know, that's coming from my heart, right? I wanted to do something today, but I don't know. I don't think my operator is going to show it because she has concerns about those people who are there um, peeping on our program and nitpicking at things that are reality and making problems with it. So some things we can't show you because got eyes out there and they're watching and um, they're marking down and grading and um, they're giving citations. You know, it's like you get a ticket for speeding, so you get a ticket for speaking the truth, right? And for revealing things that are already out there in the world. You know, I don't know when we're gonna grow up in Guyana, but I say that next 100 years maybe we get to do something that matches where it happens, right? Anyway, I wanted to talk about something today, and I think we got a couple of videos you want to show um, that would apply to all of us. But what I want to talk about today is something that is it's a phrase that is being used a lot, and I just thought that I would elaborate on it a little bit today, and hopefully you will get a citation for it. You know, uh, it's called herd immunity, right? I always pondered about this herd immunity business, and I wondered what is really meant by that. You know, what is really meant by we reach we are we're not going to stop giving the vaccination till we reach herd immunity, right? Herd immunity. Now, now I wondered about this thing for a long time. Is because it's being said all over the place, and hopefully we get a citation for this again. But um, I want you to describe to yourself or to your family members what is meant by herd. Herd, right? Herd. When you refer to sheep or goat, or animals, you would say a herd, right? I don't like the fact that they're using that phrase because it indicates to me that herd immunity means we are trying to immunize the herd, right? Who is the herd? You're not referring to humans as herd. I don't think so. You know, uh, you should say population and not herd, right? That's what I would think. We're trying to immunize the population or a third of the population, half, three-quarter of the population versus the herd immunity. And besides that, when you use the phrase or the word immunity, what do you think happens? Immunity means, uh, in my estimation, in my you know little knowledge I have, that if I am going to give you something to immunize you, then this something that you're going to have is supposed to protect you, right? It's supposed to shield you from whatever it is that I'm giving it to you for. Not shield you from the symptoms of it, but to shield you from it. This is the reason why I'm saying this. And I know that the people are watching who like to critique and all of that. That's fine. You need to be educated, right? I am finding more and more that for some reason, persons who have been fully vaccinated or immunized are having full-blown coronavirus and they're not aware of it. Okay? They're having all kind of symptoms. Some of them have none. But when you screen them and you check, coronavirus all over them. Okay? Now, if you're going to give me some sort of a concoction or drug or whatever formulation that protect me from the virus, then I don't expect that, and they say it is not going to protect you from the virus. It's not going to protect you from spreading it either, but it's going to protect you from being hospitalized or from feeling the effects of the virus. And you're right about that, because the people who we finding full-blown coronavirus who are fully vaccinated don't feel the symptoms, not the symptoms that are known, but they have symptoms. They have other issues. Okay? So it brings me back to what I've been saying all along. What is happening is that the inoculation, the injection, the jab, is like putting you in a box inside of a big box. Let's say a little box in a big box, right? You are the big box. When you take the jab puts your coronavirus state in a little box. So you're not feeling the effects of the virus because it's in a little box. But everything else outside the box is being affected. But you're not feeling the symptoms of the jab or of the virus that the jab is protecting you from until it's probably too late. Okay? Until it's too late. Right? We are seeing more and more and more persons. I'm asking the question, when I screen and I see the presence of the virus, at the magnitude that I'm seeing it at, I ask the question, are you vaccinated? Yes, doc, I'm fully vaccinated. I took both doses or I took whatever. Okay, then here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that both of your lungs are fully congested. That's why you're not having good breathing problem. That's why you can't run fast, you can't walk fast, you can't climb steps, you can't do all these things, right? That's why when you sleep at night, you gotta elevate yourself. Okay? because your lungs are congested and your trachea has the virus up and down, so you're transmitting and you don't even know you're transmitting. So we have issues. And I don't care who it is that wants to deny the fact that there are issues. We have issues. All right? And the issues are number one, people are having the virus affecting them and they don't know that it is. But two, they're being affected in other areas of their body and it is not linking because they don't have the symptoms. You see? So we need to somehow uh, realize as a population that number one, even if you're vaccinated, you're still transmitting if you have it in an area where you can transmit it. Number two, you're still getting it. So don't go about the place acting as though you're King Tut or Queen Latifah when you take the jab, because the jab is not protecting you. Okay? it may be saving you from the effect, from the symptoms that are known, but it's not protecting you from the effects of the virus. All right? So we still have to treat people. We still have to get the virus out of them. We still have to do what we do to get them to feel good, and thankfully, um, thank God for the fact that we are able to do it and save a number of persons from the onslaught of other things, right? But I don't like the fact that we're seeing herd. Herd refers to as animals. We don't have four legs. We are humans with two. Okay, so I would rather you say to us population or humans or people, not herd as animals. You may be classified as an animal, but we don't have four legs. Okay, we I was taught that when you talk about herd, you be sheep, and which a lot of us are just following like sheep anyway, right? We just following, we just going along, we just we are we are just, maybe that's why that's why um hmm, oh boy. I just got some sad news here. I gotta read this to you, but we need to confirm it. These faces look known. Unconfirmed reports reaching the media, this is NCN Linden, media house suggests that Linden woman Olisa Sanderson Valsin and her husband Nicholas Valsin both perished in a smash up on the east bank of the Mar moments ago. Okay? I know these people. I see here, they show you the car, right? They show you the state of the car, so this must be real. That's the car, right? That's the car. And these are the people. Maybe you know the faces. These are the people that perished. Let me see if I can show that. I don't know my camera. I don't know if you're seeing it, right? But it'll be in the news tonight. It will be in the news, and this brings me to another subject, right? You see, people don't like when I talk, and I'm getting a little more angry now. This is on Facebook, right? One of my viewers just sent this to me. They probably know that I'm on the program. Okay, this gets me. This is one of the situations that really gets me angry. All right, and I don't want to get worked up because the persons who should be responsible will be angry with me, and they may want to, you know, I don't know what they do with me, but they need to listen. I drive on that East Bank Road fairly often, fairly often. I drive on the Linden Suzak Highway fairly often because when I go on one, I end up on the other and I come back on it. Those two roads are two of the most treacherous roads in our country and probably ranked high in the world for roads that are highly dangerous. Okay? And I'm saying this not because of the people who drive on the roads, but because of the condition of the roads, right? Now I don't know if this accident to me doesn't look like if it was the car doesn't look like if it was they're traveling that fast, right? It looks as if they were trying to avoid something and end up in the path of a vehicle or something. That is how we have to drive on the Linden Suzak Highway and on the East Bank. There's so many parts on those roads that have holes that are dangerous. There's spots that are dangerous. There are areas that if you don't know where you're going, you will end up in a serious issue. And until an official, someone for an official gets in an accident and dies like this, we may not have any action taken on those roads to fix them, right? Some before action is taken. These, and I say it all the time, to maintain these roads, it doesn't take much. I mean, even if it's bumpy as it is bumpy already, cover the holes. Put the right things in the holes so people will not have to avoid them when they travel. Put the right things in the holes so that they wouldn't fall in and end up in a problem because you can fall into those holes and lose control of your vehicle. I see it happen to people already, and it could have happened to me also the other night. Some of those holes are so big that if you fall in, you're not going to come out. And I'm serious about it. And this death here, if these two people who perished, because this is NCN news, it's got to be real. It's not Facebook, but it came from NCN Linden, right? These two people's lives probably could have been saved had it not been for the treacherous parts of our roads. When you go to Berbice, you don't have those problems. When you go to the West Coast, you don't have those problems. Why we have the problem on the East Bank and the Linden Suzak Highway? Why? Why isn't someone responsible doing something for all the years about taking care of those roads? I don't even care if you have to put tolls on it. Give people the right services to travel on because my wife has to travel in it. I have to travel in it. My family have to travel in it. My patients have to travel in it. My friends have to travel in it. And I know it's dangerous because I travel on it. And I'm very angry because this, and I said it to my wife the other day, that they're not going to fix anything until somebody dies on it. Let's see if they're going to fix anything. These are two young people who perished, right? This is the news that just came to me. And I wasn't planning to talk about this because I was hoping it didn't happen. But only the other day, only Sunday gone, I said this. That not sooner or later, people are going to start dying on these roads again. And look, it's happened. I don't wish it. But I say it because I see what is happening there. It's like nobody cares. And the thing is, this is the same road that you have to travel on to come from the airport. What in the world are the authorities who are responsible doing? They're traveling on it every day, every week. The expats are traveling on it every week when they come in from wherever they come from. They have to travel on the same road. I was saying to my wife, I prefer to travel on the river than to travel on that road. It is so risky and so treacherous. Why do we have to wait until something happens to do something about things? Why? Why? There's so many bad spots on those roads that I don't know. We're fortunate that more didn't happen. It's going to get worse if it's not fixed. I am predicting that if those roads are not fixed, you're going to lose more lives, many more lives. Because people are going to try to avoid those dangerous parts. And sometimes you don't have time to react. Sometimes you lose control of your vehicle. I can see it happening all the time. I drive on it almost every week. At least twice per week. Why is it that we have to wait until something dangerous or bad happens to take the steps to prevent it? I am into prevention. I am into that. All of you need to be into prevention. Not only for your health, but for your accidents, for your homes, for your yards. Prevention. Don't wait until something happens before you do something about it. Now they can't go home to their families. They're going to be taken home on a stretcher, maybe in a bag. It's very sad. We are so focused on the wrong things that the right things that we need to focus on, like, it don't make sense to the people anymore. Maybe they don't see us as humans. Maybe they see us as herds, as animals. So it doesn't matter if you live or die, if you crash or not. If I had anything to do with the transportation system in Guyana, I would call a strike on the buses, on the cars, the taxi drivers until the road is fixed. I would not transport anybody. Let the government transport you. Because it's tearing up your vehicle, it's wrecking lives, destroying families. It's costing the drivers more money than they really should be spending. Destroying your tires, destroying your suspension, breaking up your bearings, destroying your struts, doing everything. And nobody cares. It's like nobody cares. Instead of us going forward, we're going backward. That's how it seems. We don't maintain anything. The Dutch people give us good roads. When the highway was built, they gave us a good highway. A toll was put on it. The toll should have never been lifted from it. The toll should have been used to maintain the highway. Right? You're building homes all over the place. You don't build no roads. I see they're doing some work now on the roads in Mandela and so on, but that don't stop it. Those are not enough. They're not enough. And you're going to say, yeah, it takes time. But if it takes time, maintain what you got. While you're waiting for time to do others, maintain the ones you got already. Fill the holes, make it smooth so people can drive properly. That's what I'm talking about. If you can't afford to build new ones, maintain the old ones. Sickening, man. This is sad news for family. Now who when they can't even. I don't know. I don't remember if they have children or not. I think they had a young child or two. Sickening, disgusting. Man, sad news. But you want herd immunity, right? Herd immunity. So the herd is not important. Let them drive and kill themselves on the road because it's bad enough and they will fall in their holes and they'll come off the road and they'll whatever. And the other thing is that you got people who speed on those roads. They drive like wild horses on the roads. They play their music like if they're in a dance hall. The motorcycles pass like if they're on the racetrack. And nobody doing anything about it. Disturbing the peace. When they pass, all the alarms of the cars go off. And they enjoy that because they're up and down and the authorities sit back in their chairs puffing cigarettes or talking or playing dominoes or whatever. Nobody cares. That is the reason why we have a community, a country where people are frustrated, stressed out, fatigued. Because they can't have the rest and the peace. They can't travel without problems, without their vehicles. Boodum, boodum, boodum. Everywhere you drive is boodum, boodum, boodum. Like if you play music with your tires. Disgusting. Sickening. Really sickening. Linen couple die in East Bank, Demoara. Right? New source, so it's gotta be real. This is no joke. This is real. Linen couple die in East Bank, Demoara smash up. I can almost tell you where it happened. I can almost tell you, but I ain't see it. I ain't see where it happened, but I can almost tell you where it happened. Because I know where the bad holes are. And some people drive on that East Bank Highway and they don't know to drive on it. It's all kind of reasons, all kind of things. But I'm telling you, if we don't fix those holes on the roads and those rough areas and those dips, we're going to continue to have more accidents. And you know what? December is coming and it's a bad time because more people travel. And it's raining. And they're gonna make excuses. It's raining, we can't fix the road. It doesn't rain all day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. All it needs is some bitumen and a roller. You can take a donkey cart and put the bitumen on it with a man with a spade and fill them holes. You can take a tractor and a roller and you put the thing in the hole, you pack it down and you roll over it and you cover the hole. And you're going to save lives. And when you're covering it with a roller, do it smooth. Don't make it so you'll have another hole. And don't fix it so tomorrow it's gone bad again. Because that's what some people do. They fix the road so they can be called back tomorrow. We should have a crew. There should be a crew in every region that is destined and designed and designated to fix roads. It should be like that. There should be a crew on the highway with a bitumen plant or something someplace so you can take bitumen and fix the roads. Put a toll on it if you have to. Charge the people for the work you're doing, but give them a good road to travel on. When you travel on that highway, you better know what you're doing. Both East Bank and Linden Suicide Highway. You better know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing when you go on those roads, you're going to become a victim. And you're going to kill innocent people with you. If you want to have an abortion, legal abortion, drive the Linden Suicide Highway. You're going to pay for it. Just go on a minibus or a car and you'll get one. By the time you reach the Linden, you're going to be aborting a baby. Same thing on the East Bank. You can have a legal abortion on the East Bank or on the Linden Suicide Highway. It's so bad, it's so rough, it's so dangerous. Anyway. That's a sad bit of news, man. These are people that I know. Beautiful young people that I know. You know, when you don't know people, it doesn't really hurt you that much. But when you know them, it hurts. It hurts. And I'm quite sure that this would have been avoided if the roads were better. Yes, because here's the other thing. It's raining. When it rains, you only see them holes, especially at night. You don't see any holes. If you don't know where they are, you're going to fall in one. And when you fall in one, if it's the wrong one, you don't come out easily. Either you're going to be mashed up or your vehicle going to be mashed up. I hope that the people who are sitting there that are taking notes now. I hope the people who are sitting there giving citations are sitting there writing up this information now and pass it to the authorities to do something about that. There are countries, let me tell you, there are countries that if this happens, is a lawsuit on the government. Yes, a lawsuit on the government, and they got to pay because the taxpayers are paying money to have the roads maintained. Nobody sues anybody in Guyana. Not for those kind of things, at least not yet. But it's going to happen, you know. It's going to start happening. I'm predicting it's going to start happening because people are getting wiser. They cannot be responsible for the holes in the road. But the people who are in government or in local government are responsible for filling the holes. It's coming. I predict it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming like Christmas is coming. You know? And it's getting there faster and faster. Soon enough, before you know it, it's going to be Christmas. And many of you who are listening to the sound of my voice, hopefully you will be there when Christmas comes. If you have to travel on the East Bank or Linden Suicide Highway, my friends, please take your time. Because death awaits the one who doesn't. The roads are treacherous. The holes are deep and sometimes wide. I was saying just Sunday, someone should be going along these roads with a marker and marking those bad areas. And some authority should be coming sooner behind them to fill those areas and to correct the bad that's on those areas. Only Sunday I said that. Only Sunday. And here he is. Beautiful young couple. Gone. And if you don't fix it, there'll be more gone. Right? I hope my wife doesn't happen to be anything to do with anything on this road. She has to travel on it. And I hope I always keep my fingers crossed, pray, make sure she gets safely she going. Because I hope she knows where these holes are, where the bad parts are. And it gets worse because the same trucks that are making them are passing on it every day with the big timber and the sand and the stone and everything else. And they don't pay no tolls on those roads. But they're breaking them up. There's a river right next to that. The sand should be going on the river. The timber should be going on the river. The stone should be going on the river. Then you take it from where the port is to where you gotta go. Not on the roads. The roads are not built for those kind of things. You're tearing the roads up. And I preach this sermon week after week, and it goes on deaf ears. You're taking notes, you should take the right notes. Take the right notes. Protect the citizens. Want information? I give you information every week. Take this information and pass it to the authorities. Let them fix the roads. You can't have freedom to educate people. You want them to stay dumb, as if they're sheep. Humans are humans. They're not animals. They're not herds. You call them humans. People. Citizens. Population. Use those terms. Not herd. Nonsense. I'm angry. Yes, I am. Because we lost 2 more lives because of negligence. And you're going to come up with some excuse to say, oh, they were speeding, or they were this, or they were that. If the roads were through, in other words, if they were good, they would be able to stay in their lanes. But you can't drive in your lane on any road, any part of the road they're going from Linden to Georgetown. You have to come out of your lane. Not only to overtake, but to avoid treacherous parts. I'm speaking from a point of knowledge because I drive on it. It's just a pathway. It's just a place that you can get to where you're going that is not muddy. It has asphalt on it. But it's one of the most treacherous roads, not only in the Caribbean, but in the world probably. Because the roads are murdering people. It's causing them to be lost forever. Sad news, bad news, right? And I'm not blaming anyone here particularly, but whoever is in authority to fix these roads need to get seriously busy. I don't want you to blame the X and the Y and the who. You are there now. Don't blame anybody. Whatever is gone is gone. They didn't do the job, but you come and make it better. You do it. Get some structure in place. Ministry of Roads or Works or whatever. call it Ministry of Potholes. I don't care. Fix the potholes. Go on a campaign of fixing the roads. So give people someplace safe to drive. Because we're losing lives. And it's stressing people out. And it's fatigue. You know how many complaints I get from people who travel those roads? Huh? You know how many complaints? Doc, when are they going to do something about the road? Doc, when, as if I'm the one that to fix it. I'm not the one to fix it. I can talk about it, but I'm not the one to fix it. If I had my way, if I had my way, I would get it fixed. Trust me, I would get it fixed because I don't like to see people losing their lives to things like that. No, I would love to know that people can live until they die naturally. You live to be 110 or 20 or 90 or 100 or 80 or, you know, and die naturally. I don't want to know that people are dying because of a bad road or because of a bad um, a bad food or bad fruit or poison in some vegetables or chemicals placed in we have too many too many negatives than positives. When you go to the farm now and you buy things on the market, it's laden with chemicals. And people have to eat it. They're not telling you that they're laden with chemicals, but they are. You don't know the pesticides and herbicides we see in people on a daily basis. You wonder if they're using that stuff at home and if they're cooking with it. They may not be cooking with it, but they're cooking it because it is in it. We wonder why you're sick. You're not sick because of coronavirus. You're sick because of some of the things that you're eating that's giving you poison, that's toxic. You're sick because of the amount of pesticides and herbicides that are used on the plants, on your callaloo, on your boar, on your pumpkin, on your pawpaw, on your, you're sick because of that. Much of it because of that. You're sick because of the parasites you're infested with from the foods that you're eating, from the flesh that has been killed and transported on the roads without freezers or refrigerators. You're sick because the chicken is killed at one end and is transported another end without refrigeration. My friends, I'll remind you again that decomposition begins at the time of death. You hear what I'm saying? When the oxygen and the blood stops flowing, decomposition begins. When you kill the chicken, or you kill the cow, or you kill whatever it is that you kill to sell, and you transporting that for miles to the market without refrigeration, remember that decomposition begins at the time of death. In other words, the chicken is decomposing while it's getting to you in the marketplace. The beef is decomposing while it's getting to you from where it was slaughtered. Because we don't hardly transport anything with refrigeration. All of those things need to be fixed. You worrying about a virus? Be killing people with bacteria. One of the biggest, most contributory factors to cancer is worms. It's not what I am making up, it's what is known. Do your research. One of the biggest, most contributory factors to cancer is worms, parasites. When decomposition begins, my friends, larvae and worms begin to happen. They already come with some of them, like the pig. And I don't want to tell you the kind of worms. I mean, I see them every day. I see them every day in people. Like someone asked me today, Doc, isn't it normal for people to have worms? Is it not normal for worms to be in people? Really? Really? Whoever tell you that? If you're feeding the worm inside of you, then something must be dead in there. I'm telling you, because worms love it when it's dead. You're gonna find worms in some fruits, yes, but that's a different kind of worm. They don't belong there either. If they're there, something is wrong. And some people say, well, if the worm, if you don't have worms, then it ain't good. You got to have some worm, doc. I hear that all the time. Doc, if the worm been eating it, then anything, you know. Listen, I don't want the worms. I don't want you to have the worms. And remember, one of the biggest, most contributing factors to cancer is worms. Just remember that. You know, I want you to be concerned about your hypertension and your diabetes and your asthma and your bronchitis and your sexually transmitted diseases. I want you to be concerned about that because all of those can take you out. In different ways, they can take you out. You worrying about the virus? When cancer is killing people left, right, and center, and high blood pressure? You worrying about the virus? When people are suffering with diabetes, and they're losing limbs, and they're having ulcers all over their bodies? You want to worry about the virus? When cancer is killing people all the time on a daily basis? Tell me which virus kills anybody. You tell me which one. People are dying because they have issues and they're not aware of it. Some of them are aware, but some of them are not. So many people are walking around the place with gonorrhea and syphilis and chlamydia and trichomonas, and they have no idea. So many are walking around and their blood pressure is high, and they have no idea. Blood sugar high, no idea. We should go on a campaign that's called revival and revitalization. Revive and revitalize. Change what we do and how we do what we do. And we will have a longer living population. Fix the roads. And the accidents that happen will be from those who are wild and crazy. Stop the noise nuisance. You can't even sleep at night. Loud music coming out of vehicles. It used to be out of homes, but I think that is lulled down a little bit. Exhaust systems off of vehicles are modified on motorcycles, and they blare in the streets as if it's on a racetrack. And nobody stops them until they crash and die. Nobody stops them. It's just a state of lawlessness. That's what it is. A state of lawlessness. It's a looseness. You're living in a place that's loose. Yes, I'm a Guyanese. I'm born and grew up there, but not in that lawlessness. What is happening today wasn't happening when I was growing up. We had beautiful roads. We had drains that we could have played in. We used to drink the water from the drains, and we never got sick. We thirsty, we go, we put your hand and drink water from the drain. Never got sick. You can't do that today. You can't do that today. I remember we used to play in the drain with boats. We used to make boats, toy boats, and we drain the drain, racing with boats down the drain. Never got sick. You can't do that today. You could do it on the roads. They got big potholes. You could do it on the roads. Like I know places that for instance, in front of my house, and next to my house. You don't want to see that. I was going to take a picture and show you the state of the road next to my house. It's so disgusting. Next to my house. The road is so disgusting that people don't even want to walk on it. And somebody trying to trying to maybe cover the hole. They took plants and put in the road. Plants that they pick up from the yard, put it on the road to cover some of the holes that are there. And if you see the mud that somebody put, the authorities are not fixing. I'm talking about Linden. The authorities are not fixing the road. So these people apparently took mud and put on from the yards. They put the mud on the road, and if you see the state it's in, you walk in there, you can't come out if you walk barefoot. And that was a road that was decent. Where are the authorities? You're talking about beautifying and tourism and what are these people being paid for? What are they doing? What is their purpose? You're going to tell me that you can't beg for money or beg the contractors or beg somebody to fix them roads for you? So disgusting. It's a shame you don't even want to invite you don't want to invite nobody from town to come and see it. We got some bad ones in town too. Bad ones all over. I don't know, man. It's like you're living in a state of hopelessness. That's how it looks. Hopelessness. You're talking about oil and gas. Oil and gas. I don't want to tell you what I think about oil and gas. I don't want to tell you what I think. You focus on oil and gas. Focus on Corona. Focus on those two things. Oil and gas and Corona. You focus on that and see what's going to happen to your community. See what happens to your country. You better start thinking about agriculture and about skills and about trade and about commerce and about beautification. You better start thinking about cleaning your drains and fixing your roads. Oil and gas. The average person would not benefit from oil and gas. I say so. I look around in all the countries who have it or had it, and I can see the only way you can probably benefit is you bring the people from Saudi Arabia here. Dubai, bring them here. Let them run this place for 2 years or 3 years. Redo all the contracts that you squandered and give away. We just give away the country, raping the country. Coming here and just taking everything out and putting nothing back. We were in so much debt, I don't know when it's going to be paid. I don't know what's going on, man. It's just a disgusting state, But I want to apologize to you because I came on here to do a very good program tonight, but this thing with the accident really messed my mind. It just got to me. Because only Sunday I was talking about this same thing that happened. Only Sunday. Today is Thursday. Only Sunday. It's a sad state, man. Sad. I don't know. I don't know what to say about what's happening. You think that you're going to get better, but you're just getting worse. You're coming from the airport. Somebody flies into the country. Oh, beautiful Guyana. You fly into the country. You drive on the road the first 10 to 50 minutes. You wonder where you are. Is it Guyana? Is it this is the Guyana that y'all talk about? When are we going to wake up and realize that the citizens need to be taken care of? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up and become selfless instead of selfish? When are we going to wake up and remember that there's people who vote those into government and government that you need to turn back and look after them? When? And it doesn't matter who votes for who. Everybody is under one president, prime minister. You look after everybody. Look after where they live. You get people in regions that can fix. You know what you should do? You should auction the regions off. Auction to the highest bidder and let them be responsible for ensuring that the regions are taken care of because the government ain't doing it. Auction the regions. Auction them to private people. Like if I can buy Region 10, I would turn into a place that you won't believe it. Region 10. If I had Region 10, when you come to Region 10, you would wonder if you were in someplace else. The state it will be in versus where it is now. Right now it's in a disgusting state. Unemployment nearly 40%. Everything that you look around, you see everything half done. Nothing is complete. Industries are missing. People are liming, playing cards and dominoes, like taxis all over the place. Like that's the only profession. Driving a taxi must be the only profession. You can't even have a place to park your own vehicle in front of your premises. There's a taxi park there. It's like that's all there is. There are no industries. Everybody buying and selling. Everybody's selling something. Nobody buying anything. Communities need industries. They need factories and they need places where they can assemble things and they can put things together and distribute to others and you know, every region should be doing something that belongs to the region. That way we can have intertrade between the regions. I don't know where the brains are. I really don't understand who governs. I don't know what they see. I don't know if they get blinded when they get in, or I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. I must be living in another world. But we have to become selfless. Many of us are too selfish and too greedy. We forget that we're dealing with humans and not herds. We forget that we need to take care of people and not animals. And we ourselves forget that we need to take care of ourselves. Many of us eat like there's no tomorrow. I ain't got a cold. My throat is dry. Many of us are sick because we're sick of being where we are. Many of us are sick because we're sick of looking at what we look at every day. And some of it we can't make a difference. We can't do anything about it. We're not in a position to do it. We'd love to, but we're not in a position. And those who are in a position don't see it at the party. Or they don't care. Yes, you're going to bash me. That's okay. But I'm telling the truth. You don't like the truth, then that's too bad. It is time you take care of yourselves. Meaning, us. Take care of ourselves. Take care of each other. It's time we take care of us. When people go to the hospital or the institutions that are supposed to care for them, if they have to go there, try to find out what is wrong with them. Try to get to the bottom of things, like we do. And try and fix that. And some of you, when we get to the bottom, you don't believe it. Because there's so much filth at the bottom there, you don't believe it. There's so much wrong with you that you don't believe it. No, that can't be all is wrong with me, of course, because me put it there. I didn't plant it there. There's no way I could do it. Take stock of yourself. Take stock of your health. Stop running around worrying about the virus. The virus don't kill you. If anybody tell you that, let them prove it in the top C. I'm waiting still for someone to to prove to me that an autopsy killed somebody. I am waiting for an autopsy to show me that a virus killed somebody. I'm asking all the time. I ain't seen none yet. There's no evidence. Viruses may create situations that causes other things to kill you. Fix the other things and build your immune system. One thing you forget, build your immune system. Don't forget that. You have to supplement your nutrients because you're not getting it in food. You're getting a lot of toxicity, a lot of poison, a lot of chemicals. So you've got to supplement your nutrition. You have to. Many of you are walking around when your bones are crying out because you don't get minerals in your bones. You can't support your bones. You're walking up and down the steps and you're cracking like peanuts. And you're wondering why. Some of you are getting shorter. You're not getting tall, you're getting short. You're wondering why. You got pains all over your joints and you're wondering why. Lack of nutrition. Lack of the adequate nourishment that you need. You're worrying about a virus?
Looking for a place for the whole family?
Fix your body. Okay? I ain't taking no calls tonight. I'm sorry. I was going to take some calls, but not tonight. Save your calls for next week. Take notes. You got enough time. Take your notes and put it down on a pad, and next week you could ask the question. Right? I think time is up. My operator didn't tell me nothing, but I think time is up. Because it's news time. Okay? You stay tuned for the news. Maybe that accident will be on there, which I'm very saddened to see. But you take care of yourselves. Okay? Please take care of yourselves. Please. And take care of each other. Look out for each other. Stop the selfishness. When you look at you and you're okay, if you see somebody not okay, give them a helping hand. God is going to bless you for that. Mightn't come from the person, but it'll come from somewhere. Alright? Holidays are coming up. You know, normally give out the pepper pot recipe and the black cake and all them things, so you could plan for it. I'm going to try and get them so I can pass them on to you. Okay? That's the veggie stuff. Those of you who are vegetarians that, you know, that don't really care about the animal stuff, even those who like animal, like the vegetarian food. So, plan for it. Right? So take care of yourselves. May you continue to be blessed, be safe, be conscious, protect yourselves, protect each other. Until we talk to each other again. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. So long.
Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your events in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.